Okay, guys, quiet down. So first off, are there any burning questions on 1 through 9? If you attempted them, worked it out. Okay, so 8, 9. What's that?
Yeah, one of them I kind of had to use the AMCP.
Okay, no worries.
Wait, did you talk to Mr. Davis about it?
Yeah, so we're not gonna do the must be could be. It's just
Always, sometimes.
yes, we are. And I'm gonna try to find more practice with that. There's actually an old textbook. I didn't get a chance to make copies of that today, but maybe while you guys are working, I could dash into the math office and see if I could find some. Um, should have right by hopefully tomorrow or Thursday, because I think it's good to do extra practice on that. But the must be could be I know was kind of stressful. It's actually stressing me out. So yeah, if it's stressing me out, I don't want to do it to you guys. So we're not going to have that. So don't worry about it. But you should know the principles of like, hey, what makes this a special quadrilateral, all that stuff. Connor, you have a question. Go ahead. Okay. So number 8, the sometimes, always, or never, right? Okay, guys, can you put the hacky away, please? Thanks. Yeah. So diagonals of rhombus are congruent. So they're only congruent for a rectangle or a square. They're never going to be congruent for a rhombus. And remember, a square is not necessarily a rhombus. See, this diagonal is clearly not the same length as this diagonal. Now, there is the rare instance when the square itself is, or the rhombus is a square. And of course, at that moment, um, it would be congruent. Uh, I'm tempted to say sometimes, but I wouldn't fault if you said never. What did the answer key say? Yeah, okay. I see why it's sometimes. Yeah, that's a sneaky one. Number 8. Yeah, because there is that moment where the rhombus could be a square. So in the rare instance, yeah, I was leaning towards never, but the more I thought about it, I think what I'd most likely do if this is like a 2-point question, I'd probably give you half credit if you said sometimes. And of course, sorry, half credit if you said never, and the full credit if you said sometimes. If you said always, of course you're wrong. Like that's just blatantly wrong. But I can see the ambiguity a little bit. But a rhombus can be a square. Faith, you had a question, and then Kira. Oh, sorry, Kira.
Oh, can I just scan my thing?
Oh, sure, of course, yeah. Okay, the legs of trapezoid are congruent. That's totally sometimes. If it is, it's isosceles, but it doesn't have to be. That's totally sometimes. The median of a triangle is parallel to one of the sides of a triangle. Um, the median is going to be this, guys. You connect a corner to the midpoint. So there's no way it's going to be parallel to any of these sides, right? The mid segment is. So you don't want to get your terms mixed up. That's a median because median's going through the middle of one of the sides, but it's coming from a corner. The mid segment literally means it's going through the middle of the triangle, like that. That's a mid segment. So in this case, is it parallel? No, never. The diagonal rhombus dividing the four congruent triangles, that's always. They'll always be true. A rectangle is perpendicular to diagonals. Careful here. It's just like the first one, right? Can a rectangle be a square? Sometimes, right? Depending on if all the sides are the same. So that's going to be a sometimes, because if you had a square, because square is technically a rectangle and does have perpendicular diagonals, but do all rectangles have that? No, but sometimes they do. Right. We're fortunate to think a little harder, put it that way. And rhombus ABCD, angle B and D. So I have a rhombus right here, so let me label it. Ah, geez. So remember, you always put them in order, right? So, A, B, C, D. So B and D are opposite. If they're opposite, they're going to be congruent, not necessarily supplementary. A and B are supplementary, or B and C are supplementary, or C and D are supplementary, or D and A are supplementary. Now, the only time B and D could be supplementary if they're both 90. And can a rhombus be a square? Sometimes. Sometimes a rhombus could be a square. If you had a square, would the opposite angles be supplementary? Of course they would, because they're all 90. So that's a sometimes also. So it's a little tricky because you're tempted to say never. And I think that's where we would anticipate the common error that would happen. That would be a common error. Some people would say never for that one. And I think that deserves some credit, not full credit, obviously. So it should be SSN ASS. Oh, that's a different one. Wait, what? Oh, weird. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, same.
what? Hold on. Let me look at the other ones then. Were all of them that way? Of course, yeah, 100%. That's totally different. Look at that. Well, that one's at least the same. Huh. Well, let's go with these if you guys want. I mean, were that, yeah, the first one's the same, second one's the same, third one and fourth one are the same. Okay. Um, it was just the fifth one is different. Okay. Convex we haven't talked about. We may have mentioned a long time ago, perhaps. That's where if you draw any 2 points inside the figure, the segment stays fully contained. So this is just in case you guys are curious. A convex, I'm gonna just draw something really wacky. Okay, that's a pentagon, obviously. It's not too wacky. So if I pick 2 points within the diagram, will the segment state be fully contained? Yeah. What would not be convex? Okay, that's still a polygon, but if I pick 2 points here and draw a segment between them, is that segment fully contained in the polygon? No. We call it concave. Think of it as like caving in, right? That polygon's caving in. So, but we don't talk about that much, so don't worry about it. That's weird though. That's answers off a little bit. Okay, so 9. Curious about 9, I think as well, right?
Is it just like a random thing? Oh, is it just?
Yeah. Yeah, convex would concave caves in, convex does not. But we're not testing. I'm not testing on it anyway. Don't worry about it. So, um, okay, 9. Okay, let's talk about it. That's 15. That's 18. By the way, these are each 18. Do you guys see why this whole thing here is 36? It's a mid-segment. Why is VM a mid-segment? You're not told explicitly it's a mid-segment, but they're midpoints. But they're midpoints, right? Because they said so.
Oh.
Yeah, because it said V and M are midpoints. So it makes it a mid-segment. Hold on a sec. I don't know yet. Yes,
Yeah.
because that's 42. You have to follow the ratios, correct? And also the fact that it's a midpoint. And that's also 15, by the way. So we should have, oh, this is kind of tricky. Okay, I can see why you guys are stuck in this. What you need to do, if you can,
Yeah.
rotate the paper. No, it's all right angles. If you can, rotate the paper, or if you feel like rotating your neck, like for example, if I do this, okay, if I do this, so that's 42, right?
Yes.
How long is this one going to be?
21.
Yeah, exactly. Because isn't VT, because AB is 42, VT is 21. If I rotate my head like this, right? Yeah, how long is CA? 30, right?
Yeah.
So how long is TM?
15.
Yeah, there we go. That's how you do it.
Yeah, I did high five, but I got it right.
They're all mid segments. Yes, correct. There's no Pythagorean theorem here, because they're not right triangles. Correct. So it's half of the side opposite. Correct. And so find the perimeter is easy at this point, right? BTM is going to be 3354. BTM is going to be 54. Oh, did I do the math wrong? 15 plus 18 plus 21. 33 plus 21 should be 54. Oh, wow, that's kind of good. Can I get to take both? Oh, thanks. Okay. My son loves these. They're not my favorite, but thank you. And ACTM, that's 30 plus 18. Guys, quiet, please. Plus 15 plus 21. So that's 48 plus 36, which should be 84. Let's double check the answer key. Yep, there you go. Okay, now let's talk about the test. That's what I think we guys really care about. Okay, first off, there's more homework we're gonna assign. I'm not assigning homework over the weekend because you guys should study. Maybe take a break to watch Super Bowl. Anyway, in the Unit 2 review packet, view 12 through 16. Then also there's some more pages after the interview. There's a coordinate geometry page and a proof page. So I don't know why we're skipping 10, 11. Actually, we could do that together. We could do that together. But 12 through 16, I'd like you guys to do. Or today in class. 2 and 4 on the coordinate geometry page. And the proof page, I think you said the first proof? Yeah, the first proof, yeah. But if you feel inclined to do more, because we could do more of these on Thursday, that's fine. And again, I still have 2 more packets. Sorry, 3 more packets. Just an additional one on quadrilaterals and parallelograms, I think. Just yeah, it's on all the quadrilaterals actually. Pretty meaty one. This one comes from CUDA software, which has like all the answers. So it's kind of a nice one, just like solving for X, things like that. And the answers are included here. The answers, unfortunately, are not included for this one, so I'd have to talk to Mr. Davidson where he may have that, because I don't feel like making those answer keys. But there's a lot there. And then I made I found a third one in my archives. Actually, I like this one a lot because I think the test comes pretty close to this. I mean, our test's not multiple choice, but for example, classifying a diagram or Venn diagrams or like solving for X here in a rhombus, solving for missile sides or angles. I think this is also a good one too. So there's a lot of different good packets to work with. So you have plenty of, I mean, you're not gonna be short in practice, that's for sure. So anyhow, once I'm done, you guys could work on the homework or you could do the extra packets, whatever you feel like you need to work on. If you want to do more proofs, that's fine. You have plenty of proofs in the interview packet. I'll try to see if I can find more, sometimes always never questions, as well as more proofs. But I think you guys have plenty of all the other stuff. Okay, now tests. Let's talk about it. I have it right in front of me. Mr. Davidson, I did talk about it. So guarding it close. No. Anyhow, let me tell you some details. Okay. We do make two different versions. At the very least, we do two. Because yeah, some people test Monday, some people test Tuesday. Majority are testing Monday though. Okay, first of all, it's a 50-minute test. So if you get extended time, so in all likelihood, we'll probably start the test right when the bell rings, and then we'll collect it about 10 minutes. Point values are still trying to determine, but it's gonna have like kind of the same weight as all the other tests. I wouldn't really be concerned about that. Calculator's allowed. You use any calculator. Yeah, it's always been true. This whole year. Yep. You can borrow one.
No,
Formulas.
I have it right now. It doesn't just die.
No, but the battery won't connect though. Yeah, I think they do it on purpose. You buy a new one. I think the battery's like toast. Yeah, unfortunately. Maybe you should talk to yeah, because I mean that shouldn't be $120, $130, maybe 150. I don't know. All these formulas you see here will be provided, so you get formulas. So you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Yep. You do have to remember your trig though. You gotta remember SOHCAHTOA because there's gonna be some trig involved. So keep that in mind. So the review is really, really good. All right, there we go. Okay. Expect about 9 to 10 questions. We still have to work it out because we might have to chop off a question. So expect 9 to 10 questions. Of the question, expect one proof. Don't worry, it's not going to give you like 3 proofs, but one proof that you have to do from scratch. Do expect always, sometimes, never. Do expect 5 questions that involve a shape and solving for X. Like those worksheets we had?
Like, and knowing like the diagram kind of thing would be like really helpful, right? You could know like what equals what.
True. Yeah. Like homework number 6 and 9, like there's 5 questions. And why 5 questions? What are our shapes? What have we done? Let's list them off. Trapezoid, rhombus, square, rectangle, rhombus, kite. So actually, there's more than 5. But yeah, you get, actually, pi parallelogram is a little too general. So most likely rectangle, rhombus, kite, trapezoid, square. Yeah, so there we go. I don't know how many, probably about 50 points.
You know,
Um,
there's oh,
solving for X.
When are other grades gonna get put in?
I'm gonna go through them today, so hopefully it's working. Also, no median. And mid segment.
like,
Know
you
them.
know it. Oh.
Know what to do with them.
Wait,
It cuts a side in half, right? But it comes from a corner. There was something with coordinate geometry where you're gonna have to find slope and distance. And you guys remember that where I gave you some points, you had to plot them, and you made the shape, and then you had to figure out what it was, right? So we've done that before already, right?
Wait, sorry, what does that say?
Slope and distance. Coordinate geo.
Coordinate.
Coordinate geometry.
Oh, coordinate.
Where I give you some points and you plot them.
like plot it and then like
And to figure out what it is. Yeah, figure out what it is, right? Yeah, and then I'd say classification.
so the coordinates geometry, like you have to say like the slopes of each line. Like what is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like for example, if I give you 4 points and you make a quadrilateral, is it a rhombus? Or just look at it and say, okay, well, I think it's a rhombus. How are you going to prove it? You got to prove the sides are parallel, and also you have to prove the sides are of the same length.
Okay.
So you got to go through the math and do the math for me, right?
Okay, like,
No, that's not classification. That's coordinate geometry. Classification would be if I give you a shape, just tell me, not coordinate geometry. If I have the shape that's marked up, what is it? Is it a rhombus? Is it a square or whatever, right? And just for the coordinate geometry, we kind of sort of guide you through the process. Like, hey, here are the points. Find me this, find me that. We kind of sort of guide through the process. So yeah.
For the ones that are the diagonals are bisectors, all
Yeah.
that. What category of these that you just listed does that show up in?
That'd be under the 5 questions because I might give you a rhombus and the diagonals bisect. I might tell you find me the length of the diagonal. Maybe I'll give you a half the length or something. So, I mean, you'd have to use that knowledge for that kind of stuff.
It'll also be in the always sometimes.
It could be, sure. Yeah. Yeah. So this is what to expect, guys, for the test. So if you have plenty of materials, I'll turn you guys loose. You guys have another half, 40-ish, 35, 40-ish minutes. So just do 12 to 16, and then on the unit review packet, it's in Schoology, and then do 2 and 4 on the coordinate geometry, and then the first proof. I'll write on the board as well. Yeah, it's actually right. Let me actually assign it because it doesn't show up as actually it does show up. No, it does not show up. Hold on. There we go. Let me publish it. Of course, yeah. Yeah, it's right here, guys. Here's the homework, and let me actually, because that due date's gonna say doesn't have due date. There we go. Homework. Yeah, we won't do until sometime in March. We do have that planned, and it would be in all likelihood like because the first test we didn't really have a first test. We had two quizzes, right? We had the individual quiz and the partner quiz. That combined counts as a test, and of course you also have this test. So you know like homework 6 and homework 9 where you had a shape and you had a bunch of like variables everywhere. Correct. Right. So you have 5 questions like that. It's day after Super Bowl, next Monday. No. No. Mainly because we're back into break and we need to get this stuff done. We have to start the new unit. So I know everyone's rushing to get tests in. If you have more than 2 majors in a day, you guys are allowed to move the third major. Whoever was the last to post is obligated, but because I'm a kind person, I will consider. Or for Super Bowl tickets. No, just kidding.
I have one switch that you test, do not.
No, you have to have 3 or more. So if you have more than 2, like if you have like this and say bio, then you just gotta do both. But if you have this bio and say world history, then one of those three can move. And technically, it should be you could tell like when it was posted. But actually, I'll tell you right now, I actually have access to the calendar. I can see this here. Major assignment calendar. No, you guys are good. Sabine's got 2 tests. Cam's got 2 tests. And Ollie's got 2 tests.
You know how to spell
Yeah.
Spanish?
Everyone else just has 1. At least that's what shows on the calendar.
I had an English and also a Spanish one.
One of you guys has. Ollie, wow, you got 3 tests on the 12th. That is crazy. We have a minor. Okay.
Wait, go up.
Wait, sure.
We have
It's a major.
Maggie,
Test.
Miss McCoy will post the next one as a mine.
Oh, he's a trooper. Graham actually did my test today. I actually had. Well, those
2 days.
actually Latin was shows up twice. That was a repeat. Doesn't really count.
2 days ahead of that.
It's about
To the
about the, like
bit.
all the chapters, like one.
Wow, this student had
Wait,
Chem honors and U.S. literature and my test. Wow,
go
that's Sophie Z. Oh, she's a trooper. My sophomore today in pre-calculus, she had 3 tests today. Oh,
wait, who's this all?
Sophie Z.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's pretty intense. Anyway, kind of interesting. Actually, why did I record that? That was not smart. I should have done that. No, let's stop it.